Close your eyes for a moment and listen carefully, because this is not just a story, this is a reminder your soul has been waiting for. In a world full of noise, pressure, judgment, and fear, there is one voice that has survived centuries, wars, empires, and time itself. A voice that never shouted, yet changed the world forever. A voice that did not come with power, wealth, or weapons, but came with love. That voice belonged to Jesus, and the message he carried is still the most powerful message God has ever given to humanity. Jesus did not come to build fear in people's hearts. He came to remove it. He did not come to point fingers at sinners. He came to sit beside them. He did not come to tell people how unworthy they were. He came to remind them how deeply they were loved. While the world teaches you that love must be earned, Jesus taught that love is given. While people say you must be perfect to be accepted, Jesus said, "Come as you are." This is the message that made Jesus different from everyone else who ever walked this earth. He did not wait for people to change before loving them. His love was the reason they changed. When the world rejected the broken, Jesus embraced them. When society labeled people as failures, sinners, or outcasts, Jesus looked at them and saw sons and daughters of God. He touched the untouchable. He forgave the unforgivable. He loved the unlovable. And this is where most people misunderstand God. They think God is angry. They think God is disappointed. They think God is waiting for the right moment to punish them for their mistakes. But Jesus shattered that lie with one simple truth: God is not against you. God is for you. If God wanted to destroy humanity, He would not have sent Jesus. He sent Jesus because He wanted to save, heal, restore, and bring people back to love. Jesus looked at people drowning in guilt and shame and said, "Your sins are forgiven." Not because they deserved it, but because love is not about deserving. Love is about grace. Your past does not scare God. Your mistakes do not surprise Him. Your failures do not cancel His plan. Jesus proved that no matter how far someone falls, God's love reaches even farther. The world teaches you to remember your worst moments. God chooses to remember your purpose. People remind you of who you were. God calls you by who you are becoming. This is why Jesus never defined people by their past. He defined them by their potential. A fisherman became a leader. A persecutor became a preacher. A criminal dying on a cross became a symbol of mercy. Jesus showed the world that one moment of faith can change an entire lifetime. And then there is fear. Fear of the future. Fear of failure. Fear of rejection. Fear of not being enough. Jesus knew fear would control humanity if love didn't set them free. That's why He repeatedly said, "Do not be afraid." Not because life would be easy, but because God would be present. Faith was never about having all the answers. Faith was about trusting the one who holds them. Jesus never promised a life without storms. He promised that storms would never be stronger than God. He slept in a storm because fear has no power over God. And when you understand that God is with you, fear loses its control. Faith does not mean everything will go right. Faith means even when things go wrong, God is still working. Jesus also taught something the world still struggles to accept: forgiveness. Forgiveness not as weakness, but as freedom. Holding on to hatred poisons the heart. Forgiveness heals it. Jesus forgave people while they were hurting Him. While nails were being driven into his hands, he prayed for the very people causing his pain. That kind of love is not human. That is divine. The cross looked like defeat to the world. But heaven knew it was victory. What looked like the end was actually the beginning. Darkness thought it had won, but love rose again. The tomb could not hold him. Death could not defeat him. Hate could not silence him. Jesus proved that love always has the final word. And this is the message that has survived every generation. No matter how dark the night, morning will come. No matter how broken you feel, you are not beyond repair. No matter how alone you think you are, God has never left you. Jesus did not come to give people religion. He came to give them relationship. Not rules, but rest. Not fear, but freedom. Not condemnation, but hope. If you are tired, Jesus is your rest. If you are lost, He is your way. If you are broken, He is your healer. If you feel forgotten, heaven knows your name. Every tear you cry is seen. Every silent prayer is heard. Every pain you hide matters to God. Jesus' most popular message was never complicated. Love God. Love people. Forgive often. Believe deeply. Hope always. This message changed the world once, and it is still changing hearts today. And if you are listening to this right now, understand this clearly, this is not an accident. God is speaking to you. You are loved more than you can imagine. You are forgiven more than you deserve. And you are never, ever alone. Love never fails. Not then. Not now. Not ever.